going on, guys? It's MrAeroHD here, and we are back with another episode of Ask Aero. This is episode 56, I believe. We have 33 questions to get through here, so let's... well, maybe not 33. What do you think about almost every driver in Forza Drift having a 2J or an LS under the hood? I like Ozma with a Sienna engine. I don't know. Whatever makes them reliable power. Their engine really, at the end of the day, doesn't matter, right? I mean, it'd be cool to see other engines, but I mean... it doesn't bother me at all, really. I'd like to see other V8s, like, we're starting to see more Ford V8s, but if your girlfriend asked you to put it in her butt, would you? She wouldn't, ever, I don't think, but I'm not going to say no, because with any amount of alcohol, things turn into a half-decent idea. Let me just, there. Most talented Formula D driver, Chris Forsberg. I mean, they're probably better. To me, talented is somebody like that's just good. Like there's guys like Chelsea Denofa that will do some sick shit, but like half the other time they're crashing into the wall. Forsberg has podiumed, I believe, every event. The guy is like a rock, man. He's consistent. To me, that's talent. Opinions on creepy Japanese adverts. I've been known to sit down on YouTube and just like splurge watch a bunch of weird shit. Like documentaries or whatever. Japanese adverts is one of them. Shit is funny as hell. Although I don't understand at all the appeal of that is. I don't think I ever will. I don't understand why this is like entertaining to watch for people, other than the fact that I'm all over the place, you know. How do you feel about anime? Have you watched Initial D? Of course I've watched Initial D. Any drifting fan who has not watched Initial D should just is not a real drifting fan. But I like anime. I mean, I'm not a huge into anime like I used to be. But I've watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood incomplete. I've seen a couple smaller animes. I watched a lot on Netflix, actually. Watching Sword Art Online right now. So I do like anime. It's not like I'm like a huge anime fan, but like I'll watch it. Wait, that's not even... I do like anime quite a bit, but I'm not like a overly obsessive Japanophile. Kawaii desu, you know. Should I buy an Xbox One right now? Should I wait for Christmas to get a better deal? Honestly, I think you'll probably get a better deal on Black Friday or Boxing Day if you're Canadian. So if you're not in a rush, then don't bother. By the way, if you're thinking of spending money, why don't you buy one of these t-shirts on redbull.com/MrAeroHD? Is there any chance I can join you? If yes, what do I need for it? Like, join me sexually or like in a relationship? I don't. Quack like a duck when you suck. I don't know. Do you fart on my balls when we fuck? Can I stick my whole tongue up your butt? To those who didn't get that reference, just search Quack like a duck, and it's not safe for work. Have you ever listened to We As Human? No. I have not listened to We As Human, at least not knowingly. So I'll probably go check them out after I'm done recording this. Will there be more streams now that your trainer issues are fixed? Yes and no. I'm not promising more streams, especially with school starting in about a week and a half, 2 weeks. Also, my main priority is videos. I don't want to be streaming when I could be making videos. So usually when I'm streaming, that means I'm almost done or done my week's videos. So like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I wouldn't expect anything really. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, yes. Rocket Bunny kit for the BRZ, version 1 or version 2? I like them both, honestly. Rocket Bunny is a yes and no thing, but I still like it. I like both of them for the BRZ, FRS, whatever. Blonde or brunette? I'm gonna go. It depends on the day. I'm not really picky in hair color. Blonde, no, like a really bright blonde. Though again, that's only because I'm on the spot. I don't really care, honestly. What do you think is Young Dark and FD, and who is overrated? Also, I'd just like to say it's awesome you keep Ask Aero going, even though it doesn't collect so many views. I mean, people, it refrains people from asking me stupid questions in the comments and stupid questions on Twitter all the time. So if you want to ask me something, like, this is the place to do it. It's kind of sucks that people just don't watch it, but I mean, I can't force them to watch anything they don't want to watch. And I mean, we get like 30, 40 questions a week for this, so it's not like some people don't enjoy this series. But whatever, thank you. Who is underrated? I think that Moen is underrated, even though he's doing very well this series. A lot of people don't consider him to be a championship contender. The only reason he's not is because Forsberg is doing so well. I'm actually going to look at the drivers list really quick, because I can't even... Odie Bakshis, a really good driver that not a lot of people think about. Kearney and Nishida as well, really good. Matt Field is really underrated. He's got a lot of fans, but I mean, not a lot of people who just look at the sport from a objective point of view are like, oh my god, you know, he's really good. When Matt Field is on, he's probably one of the better drivers there. Jeff Stoneback too, doing incredibly well this year. You know, for a rookie, he's come out of nowhere, man, and just dominating Pro 2. He's, I think, in the top 32 in points. He's ahead of Daigo Saito in points. Overrated, Vaughn Gittin Jr., very easy. You know, he is good enough to take out low-level people, but whenever he gets into pressure situations, you can see him struggle. Did your wheel come with a clutch and handbrake? No, it did not. Oh, it came with a clutch, sorry. There's a clutch pedal. I don't use it for iRacing because I'm a pansy little bitch and a little uncomfortable still doing heel and toe. I just have to sit down and learn. I just haven't bothered doing it yet. Handbrake, no. I usually use one of the red face buttons, or depending what game I'm playing, I usually use one of the shift paddles. So I kind of want a handbrake joystick, but I mean, I don't really have any room for it right now. If you had the money to go to two Formula Drift events, which one would you go to? I would always go to Atlanta. I had way too much fun there. I met way too many people, and I would feel wrong if I had the money to go to multiple events and didn't go there. And then second, clearly, would be Irwindale, man. Like, Irwindale is the house of drift. It's where drifting in North America started, or at least where it was brought in on the forefront. I've got a lot of friends in SoCal, and I would like to go meet them as well. But if I couldn't go to Irwindale, because that's kind of a given, I'd probably say Texas. Texas seems like the more interesting track to watch. Seattle looks fun, but I mean, it's another oval. Wall looks fun, but I mean, again, it's another oval. I think Texas or Miami would be too interesting. Miami's kind of a shitty section, but I mean, like, they're both bespoke road courses, and then think they're a little bit more interesting to watch. I watched your Formula Drift Atlanta 2014 video, and noticed the drift cars have a red strip of light on the windshield. Why do they have that light? That light was introduced to prevent people from brake checking people. So that way, whenever the driver hits the brake, the red light comes on. That way, judges can see when somebody's on the foot brake. Has that helped? They issue brake checking? No. There's multiple ways to brake check somebody. You can e-brake check somebody, which is just you get on the e-brake, you slow down, and there's no way to tell, especially if it's dark, and a lot of empty events are dark. You know, angle check somebody, which is something that people used in Forza for a long time. You just get way too much angle, and you know you're not going to be going as fast as you should be, or normally should be, and you're just slow. You know, there's other ways to brake check another person, but that was their way to combat the easiest way. Did you find your balls after the ice bath challenge? Jesus Christ. If you guys didn't know, I did the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. It's on my channel somewhere. And instead of doing just a ice bucket, I figured, you know, let's do something that's actually miserable. Because, you know, ice bucket, bam, and then you go wrap up in a towel and you're done. But I stayed in a bath full of ice for about a minute. And as soon as my upper back touched ice, I turned into Mickey Mouse, apparently. So it's a pretty good watch. If you guys are interested, go check it out. And I didn't donate very much to ALS. I donated literally everything I had. If you guys want to go donate, go ahead. It's all the links are in the description of that video. Did you ever have Hot Wheels as a kid? I had a shit ton of Hot Wheels as a kid. I remember I've probably had upwards of 500 different models. So different models of car. I remember, I think that's what got me into cars initially. Those were my favorite toys growing up, like Hot Wheels, Matchbox, any sort of like little small car. And then I started watching NASCAR as a kid because that was easy for me to follow. And no offense to NASCAR fans, but I mean like circles, you know. So that's where I got started in motorsport. But yeah, I had a shit ton, and I still have a couple, I think, at home, like back in my mom's house. They're not Hot Wheels, but I mean like they're collectors. Models, like they're more models, and I'd like to get back into model building. Actually, that's something that I haven't done in a long time. But I had a lot of Hot Wheels. I think I had 3 suitcases full, and they gave them all to my little cousins, and they loved me. There's probably like $500 worth of like Matchbox cars. Any plans on a new whip? Actually, yeah. I mean, as a car guy, I'm always shopping for a new car. I love my Honda, don't get me wrong. My Accord, it does everything I ask it to do. I very rarely have mechanical problems with it. It's fast enough for what I use it for. You know, it drives well. It's well equipped. It's nice inside. There's literally nothing wrong other than the fact that it's getting up there in mileage. It's got 220,000 kilometers on it. So when I'm out of school, I'm planning on taking some sort of loan, about $10,000, and selling the Accord. So I'm planning to have about 13, 14 grand to play with. I've been looking at wagons, legacy wagons. I've been looking at A4 Avants, Audis, because the only reason I'm looking at those is they have really nice interiors. There's E46 330 CIs that I saw. They're really nice. Newer Lancers. A BRZ might even be within my budget at that time. S2000, I saw an S2000 or two for sale. So I am kind of looking for a new car, but I'm not like money in hand ready to go buy one. I'm just kind of playing the field and seeing what's out there. So is booty overrated? Hell no. Booty is love, booty is life. Do you ever plan on joining a team like Tandem Kings on Forza 5? As far as I know, I don't mean to insult people in Tandem Kings, but I don't think it's a real team. I mean, as far as I know, they're not registered on the forums. They don't battle. They're just a bunch of dudes that hang out with a team paint. I mean, if that's what you want to do, then that's cool. But to me, that's not a real drift team. That's more just like, you know, a club, right? If anything. I was on if you guys don't know, I was on Endless Drift. I was on Smoke and Flow, which is a very popular team back in the day. So I was on drift teams, but I mean, that sucks up so much of your time, man. I mean, you got to go to practices, and you got to go to weekly battles, and there's this, and there's that. That in the battle community is just dead. It doesn't exist anymore. If I choose to enter a tournament, you know, I don't need a team backing me up. I'm just me. I don't need Endless Drift behind me, or Smoke and Flow, or whatever. So being on a team really does not benefit me at all anymore. I mean, I did that. I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish. You know, I was at the top of my game. I was one of the best controller drifters, period, out there within the realms of the forums. I was nominated 3 times best non-US or UK drifter. I was nominated, or won that 3 times. I won best Canadian. I won best controller drifter, I believe. I'm not sure. I know about the three wins, because that was huge for me. That's as voted by community, and I wasn't doing YouTube at the time, so it's not like I went and got my YouTube subscribers to go vote for me. I was not a YouTuber at the time. So, in my opinion, I don't think I'll ever do it again. I'm not gonna hold myself to that. Am I never not gonna battle anymore? Probably not. I want to battle still. I mean, I'd like to jump into a tournament every once in a while, but I mean, the community's so dead now. I may just have to host something of my own. After I get Destiny, should I wait for Horizon 2 for 360, or should I get Retro System to get 64, Super Nintendo, Genesis, Mega Drive, or GameCube? I mean, it's all depending on what your childhood was like. I mean, it's not like I went out and bought a 64 and bought all the games that I have. A lot of those games are accrued from my childhood. A lot of the games I only bought because I rented them or played them as a kid and never owned them. It's not like I went out seeking a new experience. It was mostly like, hey, I want this game that I had when I was a kid. I want this one I had when I was a kid. Same thing with GameCube. Like, a lot of those games I just played as a kid. So it's more of a nostalgia factor for me. And again, I don't play them very often. For Throwback Thursday, yeah, I'll throw in like an old PS2 or a 64 game. But it's not like I sit down and actively play Super Mario 64 every day, or like Banjo-Kazooie or something like that. I mean, I'm sure that some games still hold up, but I mean, I wouldn't go seeking a new experience on an older console. Horizon 2 for the 360, I honestly think it's going to be shit. I think they're putting all their eggs into the Xbox One basket, and especially since it's running off the Horizon 1 engine, I imagine it's going to look like ass on 360. So, I don't know. You can make the decision yourself. That's my opinion. You can do what you want based off of that, but it is not cheap to get into retro systems. I mean, a good N64, for example, is going to run you 60 or 70 bucks, which, I mean, compared to a new system is dirt cheap, but I mean, look at the things it can do. And, you know, if you want a game, if you want like good games, like popular games, like a Super Smash Brothers, that's like 40 bucks if you're looking for it on eBay. Mario parties are running at least $30 each. Controllers, you want a good controller, that's $20 or $30 on eBay. So you're gonna have to. It depends on what you have around you. You know, if you have flea markets, do you have hawk shops, do you have old game stores? Because eBay is basically the maximum that you want to pay for stuff like that. But actually, if you're interested in retro systems, go subscribe to Pat the NES Punk. He does a weekly podcast on it's a completely unnecessary podcast where he talks about retro gaming and stuff like that. So it's very interesting to me. I'm actually very interested in retro gaming. I just don't have the money to actively pursue it. Kavinsky, yay or nay? Fucking love Kavinsky. I think I used one or two of his songs before. Don't hold me to that. But Kavinsky is a French house producer. Honestly, sounds a lot like Daft Punk did way back in the day. Very good highway music, very good driving music as well. So if you guys don't know who Kavinsky is, please go check him out. Have you ever played Trackmania? I have not. It's I get asked this a lot by a couple, like 3 or 4 different guys. They ask me, when are you going to play Trackmania? When are you going to play Trackmania? Trackmania seems like one of those games that like spin tires, that I play for like 3 hours, and I'd never play it again. Everyone's asking me to play spin tires, and I mean, like, that's $40 to drop on like a 1 or 2 time game for me. I can't see myself playing that game over and over and over and over and over again. Trackmania, same thing. I don't think that game for me has the lasting power to play, you know, once a week or once a month or often enough to spend like whatever it's worth, like $15 or $16 on when it's on sale, like for $3. Fuck yeah, I might buy it. But you know, what's your standpoint on the playability of the Xbox 360 compared to the Xbox One? Where are these people when I want questions, man? Good fucking question. I prefer the interface on the 360, but everything for the most part seems to work better on the One. I have less crashes. I have less, you know, frame rate skips. Online, for the most part, is better. Forza 5 is a little wonky, but I have less problems with the Xbox One itself, with the software, like the games and whatever. Hardware-wise, it's I don't notice it. I'm not one of those people that are like, I should PlayStation, whatever. If you guys like PS4, whatever, I don't care. I just bought an Xbox One because of Forza. I want a PS4 too, but I'm not flipping out of my pants to go buy one. It's not a huge priority list for me. I'd rather buy socks. I prefer the user face in the Xbox One, or the Xbox One runs better. Like if you want to go to the guide or whatever, everything loads up a lot faster. It's not as choppy. Like sometimes if you're playing or loading a game and you hit your home button on the 360, it takes forever to get the dashboard up. No problems like that in the Xbox One. However, the 360 interface is a lot cleaner. It's more unique, because basically Xbox One is just Windows 8. That's exactly what it looks like. It's way more unique. I think it's way better laid out to get to things like achievements. You know, if you want to check an achievement, it's way faster to get there and get back. I like how the fact that you can still see your game going on in the background when you're going through other menus. You know, like if I'm playing Forza 4, let's say, and I'm in the lobby, I'm like, you know, I'm bored. I'm gonna go see what achievements I have for this game, or for whatever. I'm gonna go check my friends list. I do it all the time. If you want to go check that, you can, and when you see the game going into the lobby, you can just press one button and you're back. When you're doing that with Xbox One, you're supposed to snap things, and I don't like snapping. I think it's stupid. You know, why would I want like a little tiny screen and then like a little other tiny screen? I want one big screen. You know, that's just maybe me being pedantic, but whatever. So I'm going to check achievements, I come back, and the race has already started, and I'm like 15 seconds behind, you know? So I prefer the user interface of the 360, but as a unit, and the way it runs, the Xbox One runs a lot smoother. It looks a lot better. Frame rates are higher, you know, but it's the better system hardware-wise, but I think the software is better on the 360. Maybe that's me just being... I don't like change, but I prefer it on the 360 to the One. GT6. I have GT6. I own it. I don't like it. I don't know why I don't like it. I don't know at all. But I mean, I assume you guys come to me to watch me play a game that I know how to play. That's why I didn't post Forza 5 for a long time. I didn't want to post videos of me going, hey guys, look at this drift build, and I'm fucking terrible. That's why I didn't post a lot of Forza 5, and I didn't want to post Forza 4 because I figured you guys would bitch at me, where's Forza 5? So I didn't post any of that. I'm posting Forza 5 now because I figured it out, and I actually dumped a lot of hours into figuring it out. GT6, I just have no passion to sit there and figure everything out. The physics feel really hard and brash, and unforgiving. You know, I play on normal steering on Forza 5 because I don't have a fucking wheel. If I had a wheel, it'd be different. I'd use Sim. Same thing with GT6. When I had it, I played once. I had it set up by my computer and played with my G27. The racing felt a lot better. The drifting is so twitchy and unpredictable. I don't know if that's just because I'm no good or because I need to tune the car. I don't know. It just didn't feel fun. It felt like it was going to be a lot of work. And I'm like, well, I already play all these other games. Why would I sit here and, you know, there's no point for me. But, last one is a shameless plug, but I'm letting it go because I like this guy's channel. Megfed is love, Megfed love is love, Megfed love is life. Sure. Go check out Megfed love, I guess. But thank you guys for watching, and if you have any questions, please submit them in AskFM link. There's a link below. If you're too lazy for links, ask.fm/MrAeroHD. You do not need an account. You do not need to sign up for anything. You can ask everything completely anonymously, and I'm open to any kind of questions as long as they're not stupid. So thank you guys very much for watching. I do appreciate you taking time out of your day to learn more about me, I guess. I don't know. And thanks. So take care. Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, go ahead and click that subscribe button. I also have a Facebook and a Twitter. For those links, be sure to check out the description box below.